Hello, welcome to Healing with podcast. I am Marissa McDevitt, your host, mindset coach, mentor, and founder of Healing Center. Tired of all the BS? So was I. This podcast is my raw, unfiltered take on life, sharing my personal experiences, lessons, and healing practices that helped me break free from the cycles that no longer serve me. I'm just an average woman who decided to stop settling and start speaking up. Here we dive deep into the messy, beautiful, and sometimes painful realities of life, business, and relationships. No fluff, no judgment, just real talk, real growth, and real transformation. This is a safe space for anyone, women, men, and all the beauties in between. So who's ready to raise their standards, heal, and step into their power? Let's learn, grow, and evolve together. Now tune in and let's talk about it. Welcome back to Healing with podcast, y'all. So today I'm sitting in my bathrobe. I am got some oils in my hair. I am really embracing self-care. I'm embracing manifesting what I want in my life. And I love being at home in my bathrobe all damn day, working from my computer, spreading the love, spreading the knowledge, designing, creating, being able to wear my bathrobe because I want to. That is why today I'm making my podcast episode in the attire I want to manifest in the future. Really, Marissa, a bathrobe and your hair is all greasy? Yes. Because if I don't want to wear makeup, I don't have to wear makeup. If I want to give my hair love and attention and my body love and attention and just be comfortable, that is the life I am manifesting. Now, will I get ready and dolled up and do my work and go out in public? Of course. However, I'm manifesting working remotely. I am a podcaster. I am a life coach, a conscious coach, which brings me to this episode. Today, I want to open my heart about what it truly means to be a conscious coach, why I chose this path, how it's changed my life, and what I'm creating for 2026. So let's jump into it. Everybody knows, and if you don't know, I am a conscious coach. So what the heck is a conscious coach, right, Marissa? What is a conscious coach? I'm going to tell you the difference between regular coaches and conscious coaches. I'm going to tell you all the things, so stay tuned. Here we go. Let's read you the brief description straight from my school, okay? So what is a conscious coach? Conscious coaching is a holistic approach that integrates traditional coaching techniques with principles of self-awareness and spiritual growth. The aim is to guide individuals not only in achieving external goals and making practical changes, but also in facilitating deeper personal transformation and self-discovery. This process ultimately leads to a greater self-awareness, happiness, and overall connectedness with oneself, which is the whole point of being on planet Earth. So conscious coaching fully leverages both traditional coaching models focused on tangible external and behavioral improvements in a person's life, and spiritual coaching models, which addresses not only the emotional aspects of the client, but also the spiritual dimensions. So my coaches have seen numerous benefits to using both approaches, which is why we are conscious coaches. However, they have noticed many limitations when a coach relies exclusively on one or the other. Traditional or just traditional coaching or just spiritual coaching is what they're saying. So what conscious coaches, we blend them together. Conscious coach blends traditional and spiritual coaching into one. Here's a couple of examples of what it looks like when you're just on this side or this side. So have you ever tried to make a change in your life, such as going to the gym or starting daily meditation practice only to find that you could not adhere to those plans in long term. I have experienced this too. And my conclusion is that when I solely attempt to shift my external behavior with sound strategies, if there's any unconscious emotional wound driving conflicting behaviors, it's only a matter of time before my willpower weakens, leading me back to my deeply rooted pre-existing patterns. So in this situation, right, a deep emotional process or healing may be necessary to wipe the slate clean, create a space, and resolve the underlying issues so that new habits can take root. On the other hand, if you haven't had a brilliant spiritual insight that left you feeling free, expansive, and renewed, only to find that once that spiritual high wore off, you returned right back to your old habits. This is a perfect moment to contemplate those deep insights with practical action steps and traditional coaching. So, we as conscious coaches believe that both aspects are valuable, especially when combined. The cornerstone of conscious coaching is, of course, the conscious coach. I personally have thoroughly explored my shadow self and has made positive improvements in my own life as a result. I serve as a genuine example and provide a safe energy for clients to transform in their own presence. I help guide others with what they have learned along the way, and I stay humble enough to actually learn from my clients as well. I'm a sincere, trained guide, sometimes a friend, sometimes a shoulder to cry on, and a coach who isn't afraid to tell the truth. I am trained yet flexible, tuned into the moment, and ready to tap into your knowledge at any moment's notice. I see my clients as equals and fellow human beings, all just trying to do our best. Conscious coaching takes clients deep. Conscious coaching recognizes the value of taking clients deep beneath the surface and into murky waters of their hidden shadow aspects, as that is where the potential for life-changing breakthrough lies. The root of most life problems, general anxieties, and reoccurring challenges often reside within the unconscious. Fortunately, there are many ways to dive into those depths, which is what I walk you and guide you through. So recap, conscious coaching equals holistic, spiritual aligned support. We work on mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic levels, where traditional coaching focuses on external goals and spiritual coaching focuses on inner growth. Conscious coaching blends both. Inner healing and grounded action equals real transformation. For example, you can't change the outside if something inside is still hurting. And the spiritual breakthroughs don't last without grounded action. So, what drew me to become a coach or a conscious coach? The trauma I've been through as a child growing up is what made me realize I do have enough history to help others who have been through something similar. Now, does that mean that you have to have gone through all these things I'm going to list? Absolutely not. But this gives an example of I have been there. I have done it. I am here. I am learning. I am growing just as you are. I was in Turkey, Cappadocia, Turkey, last year, 11/11. And I was in my coaching program. It was like a 10-day it was actually a free 10-day workshop with my coaches that they launched. And it was 10 days of breath work and extensive stuff. And I had no idea what was going on. I just joined because I used to follow my one coach for years and I thought it was so cool. And I was on vacation and I had time to actually do this. Long story short, it actually opened me up to realize like, oh my gosh, I do want to become a coach. I have always had a knowing that I would be a coach. And not only that, I am so into spirituality. I am so open into all possibilities that being a conscious coach is literally ding, 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 perfect. Chakra bell. Okay? That's what was going on in my head as I was doing this program. So that's what opened me up. That's what led me to where I am now. My history that I've been through. I'm going to give you some points here. Like drunk parents. My dad beat my mom in front of us kids for years. Parents went from drunks to meth and lost everything in 2 years. I was sold to a pedophile for years so my mom could have free rent, drugs, and alcohol. I was kidnapped to Texas. I've been homeless many times. I never went to 7th grade because I was selling drugs to have a phone to call my dad and run away all the time. I was in and out of group homes for years because my mom started beating me and I wouldn't go to school and I hated living at this guy's house that my mom was living with. I was a raging alcoholic before I was even 18. I got alcohol poisoning twice before I was 18. I caught a felony at 17 years old. I did time in maximum security jail, and I was in and out of jail and probation for 2 years. I was in a very toxic relationship from 17 to 19 years old. I was raising my ex's son from 1 to 4 years old, and having to leave his son behind was one of the top 5 hardest things I've ever done. I've been in extremely toxic relationships. I have been hurt so many times, backstabbed so many times by friends who I thought were friends. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I'm here now. And I've learned so much. And I'm not telling you these things to feel bad for me or, oh, pity Marissa. This is just to show you I have been there. I have a history too. It's not your history. It's not their history. It's my history who's made me who I am today. To my true calling is to help guide others through their childhood traumas and to open up into the world of expansion like I have done. That is my calling. I've always felt pulled to guide others. I've always been the one that people come to me and ask for advice. Synchronicities constantly. People always telling me that I'm a natural healer or mentor. And doing my own inner child and shadow work and awakening my purpose for years, I've been doing that. And still am. And to be honest, I didn't even know I was going to be a coach, a life coach. A spiritual coach. I did not know that. I opened my healing center here to do Reiki healing, workshops, sound healings, everything. And it all changed when I took that 10-day course and then I did a 6-month program and now I'm in another 6-month program with them. And when you know you're on the right track and you know that's what you want, there's nothing else, like everything else kind of dwindles away because that's exactly what you see. Even my mom said, I asked her one day, I said, what did you think I was going to be when I grew up? And me personally, I thought a horse trainer because I trained horses. I worked with horses for all the way until I was, well, recently, a couple years ago, on and off. And my mom immediately said a teacher. And I went, what? And she goes, a teacher. You used to have all the neighborhood kids sitting in your bedroom and you would have a little whiteboard and you would pick a subject out for each day and they would come over and you would teach them something. And I remember I even it was like a horse course where I had all the kids in the neighborhood come over for 2 days and learn about horses and the different body parts of the horses. And then I went to everybody's house with paper I printed from the computer and I gave them to the parents and said they had to do this assignment and turn it into me by the end of the weekend. And it's just always confirmation like that. Such a fun story to remember. So becoming a Selena certified coach has been one of the most exciting things I've done in a very long time. And what is a Selena certified coach? Selena is soul alignment. It's given me structures to my natural gifts. It's increased my confidence. It's provided techniques that aligned with my intuitive style. Actually, buying into this school and working with these professional coaches and coaching for, I have over 100 plus hours of coaching, logged hours. I finally stepped into who I always was. Why I'm personally different as a coach, I'm not here to fix anyone. I'm here to walk with you. I'm here to bring real life experiences, energetically aligned, intuitive but grounded. I'm heart-centered. I have strategy and healing combined, and I celebrate your wins in real time. I build trust naturally. I help people go deep, get financially stable, help people make steps to find true love, get healthy again physically and mentally, heal the traumas you weren't even aware of, be present and happy in life, build confidence within yourself, find hope, courage, and so much more. That is the kind of coach I am. Why people even want to hire a coach? Coaches provide support, clarity, accountability. We mirror each other, a safe container to just listen, a strategy, emotional processing tools, energetic alignment, habits, emotions, and subconscious wounds are powerful. But transformation becomes easier when you're supported. And the best part about working with clients, having clients and working with people is I get to witness people remembering who they are. I help people optimize their lives, help people break through their own limitations, heal deep inner child wounds, rewire their brain, and create a new identity. So do you feel stuck and you don't know why? Are you feeling lack? Are you feeling lack of connection? Are you questioning what is real and what isn't? I help you to connect to the I am, which is the most psychedelic experience without taking psychedelics. I help regulate your nervous system, which is the number one key, by staying in the neutral and present space instead of fear and lack. I help you work with your inner child. We do practices like meditation, prayer, exercise, journaling, which are all key. Breath work, self-hypnosis are all in my program. So instead of junk food, sex, drugs, TV, scrolling, we replace them with all the key strategies. What you resist persists. With all that being said, if anything has resonated with you at all, let's jump into what I'm really excited to share. I'm launching my first ever 6-month soul alignment group coaching program this February 2026. What does that even mean? So it's a community online program with communication boards and aligned accountability assignments. So we have a long-term space to evolve, 6 months. Okay? So 6 months, you're going to have the breakthroughs. We have enough time to dig deep, to break through what you might not even know was there. I have group activations within this community, healing plus strategy plus embodied practices. We're doing bi-weekly lives in our group and then monthly one-on-one sessions. In the one-on-one sessions, we go personally deep. Also, options to win prizes each month. Really fun engagement opportunities within my program so we can win things, we can challenge each other, we can support each other. Plus, 2 powerful ceremonies included in the 6-month program. One is a QHHT session, a past life regression session, yes. A somatic breathwork ceremony. So really quick, what is a QHHT, past life regression? It's a quantum healing hypnosis technique. It's a deeply guided hypnosis developed by Dolores Cannon, but it helps you access your higher consciousness and the subconscious mind in the past and parallel lifetimes. reveals patterns, lessons, and messages from your soul, and can bring you emotional, physical, and energetic healing. It helps you understand the why behind your life's experiences. It is insane. I have done it. The same exact one that is in my program, I have done it. And of course, the somatic breath work. So what is it? It's a body-based healing practice. Uses breathing patterns to release stored emotions, trauma, stress, and energetic blocks. Works directly with the nervous system. Helps people feel safe, grounded, and empowered again. It releases anger, sadness, fear, and numbness. It creates emotional freedom, opens the heart, brings clarity into safety, and unlocks deeper purpose. I've had multiple somatic breathwork sessions, and they are intense. And I've been in a group of 200 people doing a somatic breathwork session in the same room, and it is intense in so many ways. I've watched people come out just bawling and crying and healed and all the things. And of course, I'm going to have a episode in the future here called Somatic Breathwork, and I'll give you the whole rundown on my experience. So my invitation to you is, if any of this is seeming right, if you're ready to get rid of the snake year, you're like, Marissa, I have done so much crap. I've done so much work with this snake year. This year has been so crazy. I'm ready for the horse year, 2026, movement, momentum, abundance, new identities. Let's do it. I'm going to leave the link to sign up for the Soul Alignment group coaching program in February 2026. It is open now. Registration is open. The link is in the show notes. Go to my website, mmhealingcenter.com. Go to any of my social medias. The link for the 6-month program is going to be in all of my bios, in my show notes. Jump on it, you guys. It's free to register to see if you are aligned to do this program. If you have any kind of hints on, yes, I need a little bit of guidance, go all in, you guys. 2026 is the year to go all in on you. Let's do it. And the affirmation I want to end on is, I choose to go all in on myself. I honor my healing as a sacred investment, knowing that as I heal, I grow. I trust my journey, my timing, and my power to create a life rooted in alignment, confidence, and inner peace. And with much love, have a beautiful day.